Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Holmgren is out there with Williams. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. And for New Orleans, the forwards for him are a pair of Blue Devils, Ingram and Williamson. McCollum and Jones are their guards. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And guys, things are looking up in New Orleans. The extension for Zion Williamson reflecting his commitment to this young core. And with the 8th pick and Dyson Daniels, the Pels added to their bevy of young wing defenders. They're building a team to contend.
Pass to Giddey. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Dort kicks to Giddey. Passes it to Holmgren. 6 on the shot clock. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Dagnall for a minute. Defensively, he wants his guys to protect the rim and do everything they can to push the offense out to the perimeter. He told me if we can do that, I feel good about our chances. Now, guys, obviously that's a tall order, but he's trying to get his guys to get geeked for the challenge.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Now here's McCollum. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you got to love that energy.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Ingram passes to Jones. Williamson dishes to Jones. Valanciunas trying to free himself up, and it's Jones that time on the assist from Williamson.
Don't you just love that mindset there? Stay one step ahead of the defense the whole time. Great approach.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And New Orleans going with a whole new group out there. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. There's 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Alvarado. Good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Mann following the score by New Orleans. It's Dort on the wing. 5 on the clock. And there's the pass to Mann. That one a little long.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And we reach the end of the first quarter. Pelicans lead by 4. From New Orleans, back in a moment.
Pelicans fans, here's your
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for New Orleans.
And guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting. I think when you begin talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder, the first name you have to bring up, obviously, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's a guy who can lead an organization both with his skill set and his leadership abilities.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. We've got Gilgeous Alexander. Holmgren is out there with Williams. Then it's Williams. And it's Giddey in at the two-guard spot.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
He can, and for the Thunderdors, they're so excited about SGA being the face of their team.
Well, the commitment they made tells you all you need to know. He signed through the year 2027, meaning he's here for the long haul, and he has a great attitude about it. They have told him you are a cornerstone here in Oklahoma City.
And Ingram has got the ball here for the New Orleans Pelicans. 4-point game. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Last season, we know the Pelicans made that trade to bring in C.J. McCollum. He says, I think it's a match made in heaven. I'm happy to be here. The cool part is that I haven't had to make any real adjustments. The way I play is the right way. Kevin, back to you.
Well, and he's completely changing teams mid-season. Tough thing to do, but he is a veteran that can certainly handle it. Ball in his hands, good things usually happen. Hey, David, thank you for that story.
And you look at the way Ingram can get off a shot. When he gets to his spots, there's just no stopping him. Very few players can create like he can.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good, so both teams making some changes here. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Pass to man. The 3. Offensive rebound. Robinson Earl. Good.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Ingram left side. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul. Can't do this against Ingram. He's good at seeking out contact and finding ways to get to the line.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
Really a good season for him overall last year. When you look at the number, 83% from the line. Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pelicans on top, up by 4. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. A competitive matchup for New Orleans in the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. Scoring-wise, they broke even in the second, so little ground was lost there. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Pelicans?
Well as they perform offensively, I'm surprised that they haven't opened up a significant lead. I mean, the passing sharps, they're shooting well, they're making good decisions, but they haven't opened up the game yet. That could be different.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, they're getting almost nothing on the interior. I know we've turned into a three-point shooting league, but come on, guys. You need some kind of presence in the painted area to keep the defense honest.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Teams nowadays tracking deflections in addition to steals. Were they something you were aware of when you played defense, Greg?
Even if they weren't tracked, they were valued. And I remember early in my career that was something that the Knicks that would always emphasize, because deflections were a true indicator of activity, especially defensively.
Up front, it's Williamson at the 4 and Valanciunas at the 5. Running on the wing, they'll have Jones and Ingram. And it's McCollum in at the 1 spot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs. I think people underestimated the Pelicans last year. They had such a tough start to the season, but still were able to make it to the playoffs.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. Unfortunately, the Pelicans did make a first-round exit in the postseason, Greg.
In a series they took to 6 games, but yeah, it couldn't put together that deep run. Maybe this year things will be different.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Pelicans leading by 6. Here's Williamson. That's tipped.
My goodness, Josh Giddey using every bit of that frame to send that one back.
Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort against Ingram. Here's Williams. Lays it up off the glass.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Jones the pass to McCollum. There's the 3. Drills it from outside. McCollum's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pelicans.
And that range makes McCollum hard to defend, because if you're too close, you know about his ability to go by you and get to his spots.
Now here's Williams. Good, nice job down low. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
They had a nice score that came from just attacking the rim. Huge play in this hotly contested game.
McCollum against Gilgeous-Alexander. McCollum kicks to Ingram. Williamson dishes to McCollum. 6 to shoot. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. It's rebounded by Giddey.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And we've reached the end of the third. Pelicans lead by 5. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Thunder trailing by 5. So the Thunder 5 right now. Dario Saric is out there with Williams. Then it's Wiggins. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Joe in at the shooting guard position. Williams gets the bucket.
Huge play on the offensive glass there to get more second chance points. He's only getting more physical as this game wears on.
This guy just feeds off that fourth quarter pressure in a tight game like this. That's when we can really see the kind of heart he plays with.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander following the basket by C.J. McCollum. And McCollum with the block. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Daniels is running. He kicks to McCollum. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. No good from 11 feet. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder, trailing by 5. Goes up to the stripe. Doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They trail by 7. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Let's present our New Balance player of the game, C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, more than half of their scoring has been through him. It hadn't been selfish either. That's the way they mapped this thing out, and they knew what a tough matchup he'd be for their D, so they just decided to ride it.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, each fans love it. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, during the last break, here's what Mark Dagnall was telling his team. And even though they're down, he was confident. He said, look guys, I've got all the confidence in the world in you. We've been down this road before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, let's see if they can overcome this deficit.
All right, David, thanks. 3 on the clock. And Valanciunas puts it in. Valanciunas has got the lead up to 9 now for the Pelicans.
Well, I think this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on, his ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
So we see the Pelicans get the win here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly